Hey guys, what's up? This is yet another lesson in my course, English for the Thinkers. Well, why are we focusing on finite and non-finite verb is because, you know what guys, although we know that these two verbs are very essential when it comes to structuring of a sentence, but we tend to make mistakes such as I needed running in the park. Oh, guys, it's I needed to run in the park. Also, there are certain situations wherein I'm needing to run in the park, but I am going to be skipping the run. So here are basically the reason why I took up this, so that, well, you all could improvise not just on writing the sentences, not just structuring the sentences, but hey, also on your speaking skills. So before I go ahead with how are we going to focus on these two verbs, let me first introduce you all to myself. Hi guys, my name is Shrishti and I have done my bachelor's in business under London School of Economics. On the professional level, I am heading the business development department at Rare Technologies. And alongside, I'm a teacher at the Candle Project, this NGO where we deal with underprivileged kids, where I teach them English, computers, and confidence building. Alongside, I'm a marathoner, a hiker, and a football and a fitness freak. So guys, if in case you all have any doubt, or you all want to give a feedback, or you all have any questions, please follow me at this link given below and put up your opinions. Now let us go ahead. Now in school, we have learned that, finite and like a general rule about finite and non-finite verb, finite being the verb that is mainly associated with the main verb of a clause or a sentence, such as Priya goes to a park. So goes is a finite verb because it's associated with Priya. How about she goes running to the park? So can we say goes running is a finite verb because it is associated with Priya? No, right? And similarly, we have been taught that a non-finite verb cannot be associated to the main verb, and that it is used, that at times they're used as a noun, adverb, and adjective. So basically, like, my point here is that, not to follow the rules that we learned in school, but not to use the methodology of memorizing the general rule. Now imagine a non-finite verb, you have to think that it can be used as a noun, as an adjective, as an adverb. Like for an example over here, he loves camping in the woods. Now my point here is definitely general rules are to be known. You must know them so that it's helpful to you. But however, mugging these general rules is not going to be fruitful, as we have a tendency to make mistakes in future. So I've come up with a method which will make it easier for you all to frame a sentence using both finite and non-finite verb. What am I going to do is, I'm going to characterize these two verbs into two human beings. Now let's see how that's being done. So we over here have Mr. Dynam. Mr. Dynam is basically someone who's flexible given the dynamic nature of every situation we face in life. If you tell Mr. Dynam that, hey buddy, this is where something you might have to change, if he finds that thing to be genuine, he would change. And he's pretty flexible in nature, hence Dynam. So yeah, and on the other hand, we have Mr. Stubb. Yes, that is a short form of stubborn. Mr. Stubb thinks that he's extremely perfect in every area and in every situation in life, and does not have to change because of any situation or because of anyone. And he or she, he basically thinks that he's perfect the way he is, and he's awesome, and he can put in his awesomeness in any situation. Hey, that's not a bad thing though. You should do that. So yeah, coming up to these two people. Now, how do we really, associate these people with the verbs that we have? Mr. Stubb over here, who thinks that he's perfect and does not feel the need to be changed in any way, is nothing else but a non-finite verb. Basically, here in this case, when it comes to a verb, it is in any given sentence, a non-finite verb will not change, even if the meaning of the particular sentence changes. A non-finite verb will not change. We have an example. I need to go to sleep, where sleep here is a non-finite verb. Now you can come up with different meanings, like you can actually modify the meaning of the sentence and observe that the word sleep will not be affected. For example, I don't need to go to sleep. I did not need to go to sleep. I think I might need to go to sleep. And I know I will need to go to sleep. You see how the meaning, the tenses are changing. I have literally converted this positive sentence into negative one by saying I do not need to go to sleep. But the word sleep has not changed. It's very much there. This particular verb is nothing else but a non-finite verb. Now, coming on to Mr. Dynam. Mr. Dynam is a coolio because he is dynamic in nature as per the given situation. Here, as per the sentence, Mr. Dynam is nothing else but a finite verb, because a finite verb will change if in case we want to change the meaning of a sentence. For example, everyone wanted to go to the amusement park. How can we change it? We can go like, everyone wants to go to the amusement park. Everyone did not want to go to the amusement park. Everyone has been wanting to go to the amusement park. You see here, we have been changing the word want to wanted, didn't want, wanting, by changing the meaning of these words, the meaning of these sentences. However, in this sentence, go is a non-finite verb and it has not changed. You see the catch? Now we'll come to more such examples. I live in Germany. We can actually modify this live being a finite verb, Mr. Dynam. We can actually change this meaning by I don't live in Germany. Yeah, I have been living in Germany. I have lived in Germany. You see how I am actually changing the meaning? Then, I traveled to Germany to improve my German. Yeah, I know a lot of Germany is happening. So we can say, I want to travel to Germany to improve my English. Or we can say, I will be traveling to Germany. And we can say, I won't be traveling to Germany to improve my German. So you see how traveling, traveled is changing, but the word improve is there. It's not changing. Why? Because hey, we've come across Mr. Stubb. We've come across a non-finite verb. Similarly, Priya loves camping and wants to go for it. Hey guys, did I tell you? In one sentence, you can actually put in as much amount of finite verb and as much amount of non-finite verb you want. There's no such restriction in any way that we need to have one finite and one non-finite verb in a sentence for it to be correct. Nothing like that, don't worry. So here we have Priya loves camping and wants to go for it. We can also actually change the meaning like Priya doesn't love camping and does not want to go for it. And we can also say Priya will be loving camping and will definitely want to go for it. So you see how loves and wants is accordingly changing as per the tenses and as per the the transformation of a positive sentence to a negative sentence. And however, camping and go being a non-finite verb is then and there. It's not changing. Then, coming on to next example, we decided to make our own message in a bottle. Interesting, right? So we decided being a finite verb. How can we change? We will decide to make our own message. We haven't decided yet, and we will be deciding. So you see how it's changing, and I don't think we will decide to make our own message. So here, decide, deciding, decided, have not decided, or will not decide. How it's actually affecting the word decide, but to make is actually not changing. It's not being affected. It's chilling. It's being stubborn and it's chilling. Here, another sentence. I went out to buy the things I needed for the party. Realize one thing. Here we have two finite verbs and one non-finite verb. Now how do you think this sentence can change? So many ways. I will go to buy the things I needed for the party. Or much better, I will go to buy things that I need for the party. I went to buy the things I did not need for the party. I will be going to buy things that I will be needing for the party. So you see how went changes to go, was going, will be going, won't be going, and needed has changed to needing, don't need, didn't need. This is how these two words are changing. However, to buy remains the same. So this is how maybe we can come across with different such sentences. How about you all do one thing? After once you watch the video, please try to write sentences and observe it for yourself. Write the sentences and do get back to me as per your feedback. And if any doubt, guys, feel free to write it down to me. Thank you so much.